Hey, rainy day here in North Carolina, which is pretty much normal. All right, if we get a stretch of 2 days without rain, I'm jumping up and down for joy. I love having some dry weather and can't control it, but you know what? I can't get any work done, and the mud is just destroying the range right now. So I'm actually at my neighbor's place, and he was kind enough to let us run a concealed carry class here yesterday. Very successful. We did some combat shooting, made some more lethal gunfighters. A lot from 8th Marine Regiment here, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. So today I just want to talk about my favorite gun. Once again, it probably gets old for some of you out there, but I am running a 686 plus 357 Magnum. Previous videos I had wood grips on this. Went back to the combat Packmeyers, which just fit my hand great. The wood grips were beautiful and they did feel wonderful as well, but there was not this cutout for the 7-shot speed loader, and that became an issue during speed reloads. So if that wasn't a problem, I would have kept the wood grips on there. But why do I like this gun so much? Well, like I tell people in my classes, I'm not an instructor that says all guns should be Glocks and all Glocks should be 9mm. And if you don't carry the gun that I like, you're wrong. Okay, that's a bunch of horse shit. Everybody's got different size hands, different preferences. I've had this gun for, I don't know, since 2013, 2014. And 686 plus, 7 shots, 357 Magnum. My favorite all-around handgun, period. If I could only choose one, this would be it. 4-inch barrel. I get a hell of a lot of velocity out of 4 inches, and it's still concealable even with a t-shirt. You can do it with a sticky rig. All right, now, this is one of the newer guns, and I'm not going to lie to you. I have had to send it back to Smith & Wesson twice, okay? And if they did not take care of the problem, then I would be not holding this weapon system and not promoting it. So the issue that I had the first time is that I put a lot of rounds through this gun as well. The crane came out, so something in the crane broke, and that had to be replaced. The second time we had something a little more serious. I noticed that my rounds were not hitting where I was aiming, and after further review, I grabbed the barrel and was able to twist it. So the barrel actually was twisting off. And talk about pissed the fuck off. Of course I was. Sent that shit back, telling them that I trust my life to this gun and everything. But both times they fixed it, and I put a lot of rounds through this weapon system, and I trust my life to it today. So I will tell you that Smith & Wesson, I still stand behind their products. And this is a gun that I trust my life to, period. But that's one reason. Look, if you shoot a lot, and I do, so that's part of it as well. I shoot a lot of rounds, I train a lot. You have to inspect your weapons after you shoot it, because with any manufacturer, you could have something break, go wrong, whatever. And if we don't inspect, if we don't clean, we're not going to be able to find that problem. All right, so enough talk. I'm running my gunfighter duty belt right now, and if you're going to run a wheel gun, this is how I suggest you do it. This is a duty belt that I can easily take on and off. All right, I can take the whole thing off. All right, just like this. I can take the whole system off, hang it up in the house. And on here, I've got an old police leather holster with just a level 1 retention snap. I've got speed loader carrier. At least 2 is what I would recommend if you're running a revolver. That's 21 rounds altogether right there. Plus I can carry some speed strips in this IFAC, which has got combat gauze, a tourniquet, some bandages. Always carry a flashlight on your duty rig. A Leatherman tool comes in handy in so many ways I can't name it. So Leatherman tool as well. And then of course, if you want to add like additional ammunition carriers or things like that, this is a G-code belt, by the way. So if I am, and I have been PPSB certified in North Carolina, if I'm going to do an armed security gig, this is going to be my setup, open carry, way to go. So let's run some drills real quick with this gun, and I'll show you a modified version of my qualification course of fire. All right, so this right here is a Marine Corps pistol qual target. This is what we typically use on the range for the concealed carry qualification. 21 out of 30 in the vitals, which is this line right here. constitute a hit. However, if you get it outside of the line, in the pelvic region, okay, down in the groin area, if you hit the guy in the throat, of course, you look at it like a coroner's report. Is that a stopping hit or not? Typically, do you think it would be? So let's do some shooting right now. This is not from concealment, but I'm just going to show you some drills that I think are helpful if you are trying to get better at shooting. All right, so I'm going to set this camera up. Hopefully it stays put. All right, so typically we always start at the 3-yard line. Everything is from a concealed draw, but right now we'll do it from an open carry. And I think it's good to do both right and left hand shooting only at this yard line. So 3-yard line, we're going to do a failure to stop drill, which is 2 to the chest and then 1 well-placed shot to the head. So it's boom, boom, boom. And that failure to stop means that this person, after 2 center mass hits, is still up and threatening you. We need to put 1 in the cranial cavity, and that's a electrical system shutdown of the central nervous system. So let's see how this looks. Okay, 2 to the chest and 1 to the head, right hand only. Here we go. Stop. Okay, scan, assess. All right, now whenever I shoot one-handed, there's nothing more natural than throwing a punch, and that means putting a little gangster tilt on that weapon. All right, we're gonna do that same drill left hand only now, so a left-handed emergency draw. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, now we've done right and left hand only. Now with a left-handed draw, and each time we draw, we're moving our feet. All right, because there's no fight that I've ever been in where you're gonna stand still, so we need to incorporate some kind of movement. Now, with my lanky reach, I could probably come around this way, but you end up possibly flagging somebody. So from here, all right, I'm moving the whole belt. All right, I'm moving the whole belt around, and I come out, twist it, all right? And it is more an advanced technique, but we need to practice that emergency draw weekend only. So I fired 6 rounds. I've got 1 left. We're gonna do at the 3-yard line a left hand only speed reload. Left hand only speed reload. All right, so this is going to be 1 shot to the chest, left hand only, and then we will execute a speed reload, and I'll show you how you do that at the 3-yard line. So here we go. Gun. All right, so open that cylinder up. FBI technique, they come out. This gun can just rest inside of your belt. Grab that extra loader. Without even looking, I can find it, index it, and I'm back in action. Okay. And that's it for the 3-yard line. Okay, so that's 8 rounds altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything where it should be at 3 yards. All right, let's move back. Okay, so we always hear that the mean average distance for a lethal encounter is 7 yards, 21 feet. The qualification for concealed carry is at the 3, 5, and 7. Right now I'm moving back to the 7-yard line where I'm going to execute my favorite drill. You've heard me say it over and over again, the bill drill, which is from the draw, okay, 5 shots as quickly as you can shoot them right here. Now the par time is anywhere from 2 to 3 seconds, but typically I've been doing a 3-second par time. The truth of the matter is that a person can reach you at 21 feet in about 1.5 seconds. So if they got a knife, that knife could be in your throat in 1.5 seconds. So you got to move your feet on this drill. As soon as that front sight is on your target, you just let it rip. This is a great drill to practice. If I could only do 1 drill at the range, this would be it. And I think it's a good benchmark to see where your skills are at. So if you can get all 5 shots in the vitals at 3 seconds, I think your skills are doing pretty well. So let's see how we do here. All right, 5 shots, and I have 8 on target. Good. Okay, scan, assess. All right, got 1 round left. All right, now I'm gonna holster. I'm gonna go count those up. Okay, so I had 8 shots on that target. Now we're gonna count them up. We fired 5. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I got all 5 on there. And that's a 357 Magnum round of Fiocchi. All right, let's back up. Okay, everything in cooking is better with bacon. All right, if you watch Bobby Flay, my wife loves that Food Network cooking channel. In a gunfight, everything is better with cover. All right, so first of all, we need to know the difference between cover and concealment. Concealment obscures our view from anyone else. And cover is going to stop rounds. It's going to protect us. So obviously, this is, in reality, concealment. A bullet could go right through here. But for training purposes, this is going to be cover. So in a fight, we're gonna pretend that this is actually able to stop bullets. And if it was filled with water, it probably could. So I'm going to show you speed reload drill. We're going to fire, get behind this piece of cover, and the proper way is certainly do not get sucked into it. So we don't want to be up here on any piece of cover, especially if we're doing a reload. That way, if someone knows that we're back here and we're struggling with the reload, getting sucked down into it, we can't see what's coming behind us because we're too sucked into that piece of cover. Distance is your friend all the time. That's why we move our feet with the draw. But distance is our friend with cover as well, because we want to be able to see the battle space. So instead of being sucked in, at least 1 arm's length off from that piece of cover behind it, I keep shit in my workspace, and that way I can retain peripheral vision of what's going on around me. So I'm going to try and get this the best I can on camera, a speed reload with that stress fire technique, and using this piece of cover the way that I teach it and the way that I believe it is best used. Okay, we don't want to get up here like we see in the movies. All right, like this is, you know, saving our damn lives, sucking into it. We want to get off a little bit from that piece of cover, keep ourselves in a workspace where we can see, and then whenever we're reloaded, we certainly don't want to just pop back out here and engage. All right, if someone's shooting at me, I am not going to do that. I am going to shoot from behind this piece of cover. So whether that means we're deceptive and we turkey peek, or you know, maybe we do something getting lower on a prone or slicing the pie, so to speak. That's what we need to do at this this point. A tactic best used from shooting from behind that piece of cover. So without further delay, let's go ahead and execute the drill. All right, so I'll start out here. Okay, head up, eyes up in my workspace. Okay, there we go. So 1 shot, speed reload, 1 shot. So that technique, that speed reload technique, once again, gravity is your friend. So you bring it up here in your workspace, open it up. This gets transferred over here. The whole thing goes to the sky, and 1 stroke on the ejector rod, boom. Then gravity is your friend again. And whenever we grip these speed loaders, we're not gripping it by the knob. That's a good way for everything to just fall the fuck apart. All right, when we grip it, we come, grab it by the body, keep it up here. Our fingers, ahead of bullet noses, can guide them to where they need to be without us looking. Then, while we're gripping the cylinder here, we're twisting this knob until we hear that clicking when they're released. And then we just let go of this damn thing. All right, the gun should be in this position at this point. If you're trying to do this and the gun is like this, it's going to be a circle jerk. It's going to be a freaking disaster. It'll look like a monkey trying to have a meaningful relationship with a football. And that's what I see a lot of times on YouTube with people that are trying to run a revolver. They do this shit, okay? To get the rounds out, they use this extractor rod and they try and plunge it like this, okay, with the barrel straight, parallel to the deck. I mean, that's just a good way to just fuck up everything. Just remember gravity. Gravity's your friend. So both times when you open it up here, 1 stroke with your strong hand, weak hand's got the gun, boom, everything comes out. That's it. Now, the barrel needs to be down. Grab it by the body, okay, release it. And then, once everything's released, just regain your grip and close it. And what happens to the speed loader? It drops, okay? We don't need to retain this. We don't need to worry about it anymore. Once this is in, you're gonna look like this. It's gonna be in this position right here. So what you're gonna do is just simply regain your grip and let it fall to the ground. And that's gonna be the fastest way to get the gun up, is a stress fire technique. The FBI technique, you come out like I demonstrated, all right? Gravity's your friend here. You hit it with your thumb, and then you come back and you load it with your strong hand. And then of course you can do it another way too, which is the whole time you keep it in this firing hand, all right? And you just use your weak hand to do the ejecting. Same thing, gravity's your friend, and use your weak hand to do the loading. But practice all the techniques here, and I've got some rounds left, so let's fire them out. All right, now we move back to the 15-yard line, and I think this would be a good time to demonstrate the speed strip technique again. I've only got 2 rounds on the speed strip, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you've got, usually have 6, okay? This is used for a tactical reload most of the time. You can use it to speed reload the weapon, but this is best used as a tactical reload. So what is a tactical reload versus speed reload? A speed reload is the gun is dry and I need to quickly get the gun completely recharged. So semi-automatic, revolver, whatever. You go to slide lock, you hear click because you're done on the cylinder. All right, get that gun recharged as fast as possible. A tactical reload is where we have a lull in the gunfight and we just need to top the weapon off. So if we fired 3 rounds in our semi-automatic pistol, we're going to seek cover, we're going to keep it in our workspace, remove the magazine we had, okay, and we're going to put in a completely fresh magazine, so that way the gun is completely charged. Same thing with the revolver, and I'll show you how to do that right now. All right, basically we're going to come up. All right, we fired. We're going to bring it in our workspace. We're going to take this ejector rod, all right, and we're going to just pop it up and then let it back down. And most of the time, the spent shells will stick up a little bit. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. But you can identify the ones that have been fired because they've got the primer struck. So then you're going to pluck those out, and then you're going to simply reach for this speed strip, hold it like a scalpel, and strip off 2 at a time where you need it. All right, so let's demonstrate that now. I'm going to do a single headshot to the head from the draw at 15 yards, and this is going to look like a single action shot. Now, some people want to say don't use single action on your revolver defensively. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. Show me some case law studies on that. It's double single action for a reason. If you need a precise shot, all right, you certainly can go to single action mode, and I prefer it. So from here at the draw, all right, to go single action the quickest, you can either cock it from here, click, or from the draw, we bring our hands together and I thumb cock on my weak hand. All right, so let's do that right now, and then I'll demonstrate the tactical reload from behind a piece of cover. All right, so here we go. Single to the head. Stop. All right, so I'm behind cover. All right, I'm going to keep my head up, eyes up. I've opened the cylinder. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop it open and see how that sticks out. I'm going to pluck out the ones that have been fired as quickly as I can. All right, I got my scalpel. Strip off 2 at a time. Dump it. Okay. One more. All right, and that's it. That's a tactical reload. Okay, with any duty weapon or defensive handgun, the combat distances of 7 yards and in are definitely where you should be training the most, I think. But you still need to make sure you're proficient at 25 and sometimes 50 yards. So I think I got 6 rounds left. So I'm going to fire 3 from the 25 and I'll fire 3 from the 50. The 25-yard line will be double action. The 50-yard line, if I had to take a shot from that far, you better believe I'm going single action. So let's see how we do here. All right. Okay, so 3 rounds from back here. I had 17 on the target. All right, here we go from the draw. Stop. All right, and I can see all 3 hit. Let me just go count and make sure. Okay, so from 25-yard line, I already had all these shots on here. So my point of aim was actually this bullet hole right here. And here's my 3 shots. 1, 2, 3, double action. That's 142 grain Fiocchi 357. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 rounds on that. Okay, we're back up to the 50. Okay, 50 yards away. You can see all the way through those trees, all the way back there. There's the target. 50 yards for a handgun is intermediate distance, I would say. Intermediate to long distance. In a lethal encounter on the street, man, it's got to be an imminent threat. So the only way a shot back here would be justifiable is if they had a rifle or a handgun, honestly, because a shot from back there is instantaneous. So we need to be proficient out to this distance. I think 100 yards is a little too much. 50, I think, is reasonable to be proficient at. So let's see how we do. Now, if I take a shot this far away at 50 yards, you better believe I'm going to be going single action. I'm going to be doing a single action shot here because I have that capability, and it makes the trigger squeeze a lot easier. So we'll just do 3 singles from 50, okay, from the draw. All right, here we go. And I'm going to aim for that same spot. Okay, there's one. Try that again. All right, and one more. All right, and that's it. 686 plus. Let's go down range and see where those 50-yarders hit. Not too often I shoot at this distance, but we got to be ready for it. Okay, so I'm walking back from the 50. 23 rounds is the shot count for today. I had 1 full cylinder, 7 rounds, 2 speed loaders. That's 21 plus 2, 23. All right, let's count them up, see how we did. Put this phone down. Okay, 50-yard line. I'm counting 21 in the vitals and 22 down here. So looks like I dropped 2 at 50 yards. Would probably shoot that again and find out. My point of aim was actually really low because I was trying to keep my group centered, but it could have been that it was too low and I hit him in the legs, and one of these rounds definitely hit center mass. So 50-yard line, trust me, this gun has the accuracy for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. So yeah, I got 1 out of 3 at 50. Not too happy with that. I'll probably go back there and try it again. I'm out of rounds though, so it ain't gonna happen today. But I think that's a good basic little training session with a great gun. 686 plus, in my opinion, for me, is the best all-around handgun that you can buy. And you know, even if you're not going to carry a revolver, but you want one for home defense, or you want one to shoot or teach people on, this is a combat handgun. No question about it. It makes a great duty weapon. Like I said, I can conceal it. 7 rounds of 357. I can shoot 3 different calibers through this: 38 special plus P, and 357 Magnum. Not to mention, it is very reliable with snake shot, double and single action. All right, the trigger squeeze has gotten better over time. Some Smiths out of the factory have a horrendous double action. Ruger GP100 is the comparable version of this if you want a Ruger, but this right here is my favorite all-around handgun. Trust my life to it. Always inspect it after you're done shooting. Make sure that everything is tight. I'll show you guys how to clean this, but it's very simple. This is as far down as I break down a handgun, a revolver to shoot it. I do not open the side plate. I simply open it up. I'll clean all my chambers and the barrel, lubricate where needed, under the extractor star, ejector rod, wipe everything down in the frame, lubricate, and then you're good to go. All right, Pachmeyer grips I think are great. They fit my hand perfectly. This is a popular grip used by police in the 80s. Between this and wood, or even a factory Smith & Wesson rubber grip, they're great. I'm not a fan of Hogue, but find a grip that fits your hand well. And I'll tell you, you're very, very happy with this weapon system. Whether it's a new version 686 Plus or one of the older 686s, this is the ultimate in my opinion. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Been out here too long. Got a police call and head back in and keep making America great again. We'll see y'all later.